Hey guys, Coach Kurt. So I've done videos on striking in and out of the clinch before. You know, if you watch my channel, that I feel personally that the clinch range is the most important range to be skookum at. And to get to that clinch range, you have to be able to strike your way in and out. Especially when you're talking about control tactics, combatives, Taiho Jitsu, self-defense, MMA. Now, MMA is still sport, so there's going to be some differences between how you may or may not do it in MMA versus for Taiho Jitsu, control tactics. Because there's also it's got to be objectively reasonable, depending on the circumstances. Striking for law enforcement is absolutely something you can do. For some reason, some people have an issue with the concept of just punching someone in the face. And there's the whole concept of hit them back first. More force now equals less force later. It's got to be objectively reasonable, but striking is absolutely important. Now, striking should be very basic. Keep it simple, stupid. A very temiwaza, which is the Japanese concept of vital point striking or striking certain areas to get certain results. I like to use the term, I could have had a V8. Remember when I'm talking about the ground and pound, I like just use open palms and tactical strikes to the head, not for power, but to get them to bring their hands up so you can get them in the, Americana, what have you. We'll talk more about that later. But kicking should be diaphragm and lower. Again, this is self-defense. This is Taiho Jitsu. This is control tactics. I love Taekwondo. I started out in Hapkido, which is a Korean art. And I love the Koreans, man. Nobody kicks better than the Koreans. Korean martial arts are awesome, but this is not sport. This is self-defense. I'm a big fan of your Muay Thai, Dutch kickboxing, Kyokushin karate, and its spin-offs are amazing systems. But keep it simple. Basic roundhouse, basic front kick, basic side kick, your cross, your jab, your basic hooks, your basic uppercuts, super simple. And my strikes, my punches tend to be more vertical than turning it over like in a boxing. I do both, but when you're talking bare fists, I'm a big fan of the vertical punch. Here I'm training with Coach Amanda. Again, she's a Muay Thai and boxing coach. And, we get together sometimes, and I work with some ground stuff and the clinch stuff with her, although her clinch is awesome because she's got a Muay Thai background. But we're talking, for law enforcement clinching, for the takedown and for arresting. And then she is, again, a coach in Muay Thai and kickboxing, so she helps me in that arena because that's her jam. She's really good. Distance management is the key, being able to strike your way into the clinch and out of the clinch. Here you see her popping on me and then getting out. She's 5'3". She's extremely athletic and she's strong for her size, and her technique is solid, but she's still 5'3". So she's going to go in, get her damage. If she can't mount or take advantage of the situation for handcuffing, she's going to DD mount. She's going to back out and go to her bat belt, her baton, her pepper spray, her taser. And that's what we're working on here. And here I grab for her. She sprawls down to keep me from being able to take her down. She's putting all her weight down on my shoulder and my head. She's sprawling. Maybe I'll do some videos on sprawling. I probably have. I've got over 400 videos. But here we are working on that striking range into the clinch, and that clinch goes to the ground. Like here, she just mounted me. Here, she's going to do some strikes so she can distract me long enough to get back up. You're going to want to strike on the way out so I can't grab you, or the bad guy can't grab you on the way out. You notice how everything is very simple. I'm a big fan of keep it simple. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, that type of striking system is terrific for this. I'm a big fan of that lead leg front kick too. It's like the boxing jab, but with the lower body. It's a great elusive kick, and you'll see her do a lot of that in this montage of video. There it is right there. She did that lead leg front kick. Guys, You have to be proficient. And it's, like I said, keep it simple, because you only have a couple times a week to train. You know, unless you're young and super athletic and you have one of those jobs, 9 to 5 with weekends off, like law enforcement does not have, you probably only get to train maybe 3 days a week. I train 2 to 3 days a week. That's all I have time for. At least 2 of those days are at my jiu-jitsu MMA gym, and the third day sometimes there, but sometimes it's just I'm at my house. I'm doing heavy bag work. I'm working on the wooden dummy. I'm using throwing dummies. You know, I'm getting in those reps on a grappling dummy. That's what I'm talking about. I advocate that you train at least once a week, but the less you train, the more restricted your program is. And you want it to be a fairly diverse program. Taiho Jitsu, control tactics, combatives should have a solid striking program, a solid clinch program, a solid takedown and throws. It doesn't have to be excessively fancy like a judo or sambo or anything. But ethical takedowns, super important. But striking, this video is all about striking. Working the pad work here, where she's actually coaching me here in how to hold pads, and she's working the various strikes. But again, know your policy. Be ready to articulate your actions. This will all pop up in court. Hit them back first. More force now equals less force later. It's super important to be skookum on the case law. Graham v. Connor, it needs to be objectively reasonable, but it doesn't mean you can't strike. It just needs to be reasonable. Here I am working with my previous coach, Coach Colton, on the clinch range, striking in and out. We're doing clinch sparring. Super important. And again, I can't emphasize enough, keep it simple, stupid. You have to keep this basic. Working on all the basic strikes. Here I am demonstrating basically the basic strikes. I'm talking about jab, cross, palm strike, that lead leg front kick, the rear leg front kick, roundhouse kicks, knees and elbows, and not just standing, but being able to have some good ground and pound. Now, not MMA style ground and pound, self-defense styles, and law enforcement applicable. You're not just going to get on top of somebody and beat them senseless. It needs to be tactical. It needs to be surgical, and it needs to be intelligent. I'm a big fan of the concept of a temiwaza, which is Japanese basically for vital point striking and striking specific targets to get your maximum results for minimal effort. That's really important. So, again, I was talking about on the ground. Here I'm talking about those V8 strikes. I could have had a V8. I've done video on that. They're just basically quick little palm strikes to the head, so they bring their arm up so you can get into position. Here I was demonstrating hammer fist. That would be an extreme situation. It depends on the scenario, of course, but it should still be part of your curriculum. In here I'm talking about surgical striking, in this case to break the guard, more of an MMA style or self-defense system of breaking the guard. And you're not necessarily going to pass the guard. You're going to break the guard. Now, you pass the guard if it's applicable, but in most cases, you're just going to get up and get to your bat belt. And demonstrating various ways to practice that, to get the power in. I'm a big fan of the Tombstone Shield, big in Krav Maga. That's where I first started working with it. It's a great tool. Here, my training partner is breaking the guard and getting up. I'm demonstrating various points, like I'm, again, tactical. I'm using them as a base. I'm putting my hands on his ribs and striking to get a reaction. And now I'm hitting the liver. That will get them to break their guard real quick, I assure you. And then you're just going to, in this case, I just stood up and backed out. Guys, I hope you liked the video. Please let me know what you want to see. Please like, subscribe, and share. And everybody stay safe out there.
Give me your purse, now!
That's my purse.
Don't be afraid to shout it. That's my purse! Try it again.
That's my purse! I don't know you!
Let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out.